of Avengers, though.
Speaking of Avengers, let's go on to our next topic, Sean. I'll read you the Variety headline at the moment. This came out yesterday for us. Russo brothers in talks to direct the next 2 Avengers movies. Dun.
Best decision Marvel have made.
In talks.
Yeah,
and by the way, Kevin Feige actually said, no, we're moving away. He previously said, no, we're moving away from the Russo brothers now. They're not going to be directing.
Yeah, but how long ago did he say
film.
that?
Ages ago.
Ages ago. When they thought that they could handle the fucking multiverse, and they can't.
I think it's good news, man.
It's huge news.
I think they have a proven track record of working with the studio. They didn't just do Infinity War and Endgame. They actually did Winter Soldier and Civil War.
Arguably, all 4 are the best rated, top rated Marvel movies.
Yeah, arguably. I mean, they really can balance the characters well. They've worked with the actors before.
And
you
what they do best.
Somebody experienced to come in and save it, because they've got a problem with it. Avengers 4 was going to be called Avengers Kang Dynasty, but they've said it's no longer called that after the controversy and allegations. And it actually he got prosecuted, didn't he? So Jonathan Majors. So they might change the story with that. It might not even be Kang. It might be like Doctor Doom or something like that. And they've got to tie up this ridiculous multiverse. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the multiverse.
I
Sean.
told you. As soon as Endgame happened, I told you were like, I'm really excited about what's to come. I'm just like, they need to slow down.
Yeah,
they need to fucking slow down.
Because
multiverse is going to go out of control. It's going to be shit.
Because I'd just seen Avengers Endgame. That's why I was hyped.
But what I was going to say is the Russo brothers, what else they do well is that they create Marvel films that do not feel like Marvel films.
They're all really different, aren't they?
They've got genres attached to them.
Infinity War was a kind of like dystopian nightmare kind of action film, and Captain America Winter Soldier was like a thriller noir or almost noir kind of thing. They're great. They are great films. Endgame was just on another level. Did you prefer Infinity War or Endgame?
At the time I preferred Endgame, but I need to rewatch them both because I think Infinity War is probably like a much more fun experience. Endgame's a much more intense one.
Yeah.
And bleak.
I just remember the ending of Infinity War, and you had to wait another year.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was a rush. It was
and then the trailers came out for Endgame, and it was like trying to they created shots that never existed in the film. You're trying to piece it all together, and I just remember a part of the Endgame trailer where Captain America is bloodied, he's beaten, he's bruised, and he's all dirt, and he looks like he's got like a gash in his arm, and he tightens the shield on his arm. He's like, oh, in the camera. I'm just like, oh my god, I can't wait.
So we know Avengers 5 is going to be Secret Wars, right?
Do we?
They're even saying it might be split into 2, so there might be 4, 5, and 6. So Secret Wars might be 2 films.
Right.
It's got so much to do.
So you've got to bring in. Tell me about Secret Wars, because I'm a newbie.
So in the comics, Secret Wars is essentially the aftermath of universes colliding.
Mm-hmm.
Kang's only in it partially because it's set on a world called Battle World, which is essentially the remnants of all of these different universes.
What
Secret Wars,
so inventive.
Yeah.
Battle.
Secret Wars isn't just the Marvel universe of the MCU. No doubt they'll bring in like Wolverine,
X-Men.
They'll bring in Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man.
Those actors.
They'll bring in all the different.
Do you think?
Yeah, they'll be.
Do you think Hugh Jackman will come back?
100%. If I was to bet, I would bet on him coming back.
But that's what,
and
5 years away.
Well, yeah.
Hugh Jackman's like over 60
years
old.
It'll be his last hurrah, won't it? Same with Tobey Maguire. I genuinely think they will. I mean, depending on what happens with Deadpool 3 as well. Like, at the end of Deadpool 3 might be Hugh Jackman going into Deadpool's world or something like that.
Maybe.
We don't know. They've got to bring in the X-Men, haven't they? They'll have to bring in the Fantastic Four, even though we haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
You've got all of these TV show characters that they've introduced that we've never seen again, like Moon Knight and She-Hulk and Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel was in the Marvels. You got to bring Captain Marvel back.
By the way,
you got to bring Captain America, as in the Falcon.
Yeah. By the way, wasn't it announced that the Fantastic Four aren't in the original Marvel universe?
Yeah, so that's a good way that they can perhaps
veer off
and
and create their own thing again, essentially starting from scratch almost.
No, I reckon they'll start in another universe and end up in our one. And that's what will happen, and bring Doctor Doom with them or something like that. But, they will tie it up well. I think they will tie it up well. I see so many people whinging and moaning about like, oh yeah, but the Avengers are nowhere near as good. The characters are just crap. There's not going to be a good Avengers team, right? Because of like Miss Marvel and She-Hulk and Captain Marvel and
they got a point.
And I can't remember Kate Bishop, who's the Hawkeye's.
Oh, I never watched them.
They're complaining that it's all an old female team and stuff like that. But actually, if you think about it, you've got Thor still. Yeah, you've got the new Captain America.
Yeah,
you've got
Falcon,
Doctor Strange. You've got Spider-Man. You've got. Do
you still have Spider-Man? Well, do you think he's coming back?
Yeah, 100%. Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
who was great.
Yeah, that was good.
It's annoying that he hasn't had another one. Yeah. You've got Moon Knight, who I thought was really cool as well.
Yeah.
You probably won't see Eternals again.
You don't have like a big A-grade superhero though, do you?
Thor. Hulk.
Thor's the only.
Hulk can come back.
Thor's the only one, but Hulk has always been a sub-hero. Hulk has, yeah. He's always been a sub-hero.
He's one of the A-tier Avengers.
Yeah, but would you say Hawkeye's one of the A-tier?
No, he's B-tier.
Yeah, exactly. I think Hulk is probably one as well because he's hasn't had his... he's had one standalone film, but he's not like one of the...
You never know, mate.
The core three were Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor. So you got Thor. No, sorry. You got Thor... But
Doctor Strange.
But after Love and Thunder, no one gives a fuck about
Spider-Man is way more popular than any of the other characters.
Spider-Man now, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, he's not a presence. He's not an A tier presence.
I think
like
he is.
Thor,
Yeah, but
maybe
not to you. But box office proves otherwise, doesn't it? Doctor Strange made more money than Iron Man 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that the movies and the characters are more popular. What I'm saying is, as a, like the original three.
No, Sean.
You can't pick a new original three. Then
the new top three will probably be the new main three of the Avengers.
Yeah,
will be, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and Captain America.
I can't stand Doctor Strange, but Captain America.
It might be Captain Marvel, but I think they're kind of probably veering away from her a bit.
The fact that it's a different Captain America already makes him a sub tier hero. I'm sorry, he's not going to top the original Captain America. Yeah. Doctor Strange was already a sub hero within the main Infinity War saga, so you can't.
He's not actually an Avenger. He hasn't actually been an Avenger yet. He hasn't actually been on the team yet.
But he's been in an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
So you can't really bump him up to an A tier.
But the thing is, mate, we've been through stuff with these characters, so we know. We haven't seen. We've got Thunder. There's Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts is coming out, and Captain America, the new one, is coming out. I think I predict they'll actually be pretty good films. Those two.
The thing is, you say we've been through so much stuff with these characters. Doctor Strange, apart from his first movie where he traversed through his ups and his downs, and let's say Endgame. But it wasn't really his story. What has he...
He also fought Thanos in Infinity War.
Yeah, no.
And saved Spider-Man and Tony Stark.
But it wasn't his story.
Did you see Multiverse of Madness?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was in that as well.
But what I'm saying is those films never... Like the Russo brothers do...
We don't know.
Wait, hang on a minute. Well, like the Russo brothers do... with Winter Soldier, made it a thriller, made it a personal story about Bucky and Steve Rogers. What has Doctor Strange
I
been
reckon
through? What has he been through?
What they're going to do with Avengers 5 will be Secret Wars. Avengers 4, I reckon, will be a small team-based film. are like there'll probably only be 5 or 6 of them.
They need to be more personalized stories, not the world is ending every movie.
I think that's what they're
personalized stories will help you connect to the characters more. I do not feel connected to Doctor Strange whatsoever, because what in the past few movies has he been through personally?
I disagree with that, because Doctor Strange 1 was good.
Yeah, I'm saying despite his origin film, despite everyone's origin film, because it's about them, going through.
Yeah, that's what they need to do then, don't they? But I think he's always been a bit of a weird character, because he's in the cosmic and the uncanny and like magic in that realm, isn't he? I could say the same for Thor, because Thor Ragnarok was basically a road trip comedy, and Thor Love and Thunder was just an absolute parody of itself. Like, he wasn't even a character in that film. He was a cartoon. Like, he wasn't. Do you know what I mean?
No, I agree.
I've actually heard Deadpool's got quite a bit of heart, so I'm wondering if that's going to have a nice bit of drama.
When you look at like Guardians of the Galaxy, each and every film had heart.
Yeah,
each one, especially 3.
Yeah,
with Rocket.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, Rocket. I mean, they probably won't. They're
the ones. Those are the characters that I care about, because they actually, James Gunn actually provided us with some substance.
Then. Here's your Avengers 4, right? You get a pick of 5. 5
I don't even know the characters
heroes
anymore.
For the Avengers, Sean.
I want Iron Man back. I want Steve Rogers back.
You say that. I'm pretty 50-50. Do you think Robert Downey Jr. would come back for Secret Wars?
I know he's made a comment.
He's made a comment recently saying,
I'd love to come back. But I don't think he ever will.
I think he will.
I think people hate on him if he does.
I think he will. I think he'll be in Armor Wars as well. I think it'll be like a AI projection or something like that.
I think it's pointless. If you're just going to come back as an AI projection, just don't come back at all.
Yeah.
What's the point?
They'll have to figure out if there's any way that they can bring him back. It's during Secret Wars.
If there's any way they can figure out to bring him back, it won't be good enough. So don't.
Do you not think they'll be able to write an effective story?
The only reason why Endgame did so well and why the Infinity Saga was so successful and everyone remembers it fondly is because of the death of Tony Stark. There was a stake. There's stakes. If you bring him back,
and Captain
the Infinity
America
War
sacrificing
saga
himself
can still be watched on its own, but it's
in fact
tainted,
there was 3, weren't there?
Black
Widow died. Captain America got really ancient.
If you want to bet, obviously Marvel have been going downhill ever since Endgame. If you want to bury it now, bring back Tony Stark. If you want to bury it, if you want to,
I don't know.
And no return, bring back Tony Stark. I'm telling you, everyone will be like, I'm done with Marvel.
Go on then.
I'm done with it.